everybody, this is Brian. Welcome to Chiller Night Live. We're from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until 9 o'clock. We'll talk about anything horror, science fiction, paranormal. You pick the topic, we'll make a show out of it. So, hope everybody is having a good week, having a good day, having a good year, having a good life for all that goes. So, not too much going on today, other than today I was finally able to mow my grass. Now, I don't know about you sitting there at home, wherever you may be, but for me that is a monumental occasion when I get to do that for probably, I'm sure, the last time of the year. I can't stand to have tall grass right before it snows. So Stephanie says, "Hey y'all, how's everyone today? And what's the topic of the week?" Yeah, that's a good question. Hi Stephanie, thanks for joining us. SBC says, "Hello everyone." Hey SBC, thanks for joining us. Yes, but I was very happy. I went out there, it was like 41 degrees, very breezy, but I finally got that done and I'm so happy. But that was the highlight of my day. Don't know about yours, but Bonehead says, "Hey, hello, Brian and Miss Ava." Hey, Bonehead, thanks for joining us. Yeah, that was my big chore after work, was to get my grass mowed for the final, likely the final time this year. So before the snow starts falling. So, well, we're 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving, so I mean, I'm sure it's the last time. But anyways, what the heck are you guys up to this week? Anybody see any good horror movies? Stephanie, any good horror books? Or just books in general? I gotta say, I really haven't watched anything. I can't think of any horror movies that I even watched this whole week. I don't know, anything good out there? But hopefully you got a chance to, on Saturday night, watch Chiller Night Theater on Stream TV every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Pointing down here for streammedia.tv. At streammedia.tv you can watch Chiller Night Theater beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I didn't post it Saturday because I have been posting it on through October because of the haunt. I was really pushing the haunt and the escape room stuff, but then last Saturday I couldn't. I don't know if their website wasn't working or what, but I couldn't pull up their scheduling, and then it wasn't playing live. So I thought, well, maybe something's going on to where they're not playing anything today. But normally that's every Saturday at 9 p.m. SBC says, "Don't go into long grass. That's where the raptors are." Oh, yeah, clever girls. Yeah, those raptors. Yes. No, that's why you got to mow it. Got to make sure got to keep the raptors out of the yard. Kevin says, "Good evening. Hope all is well." Good evening, Kevin. Yes, all is well here with me. I hope all is well with all of you out there. But what? Oh, with Stream TV, and also now I did post this because on Saturday nights on New York 48 WWON, Saturday nights at 11:58 p.m. Eastern Time, Chiller Night Theater is playing, and will be playing Saturday nights until December, and this is at my request that the station manager is kind enough to continue playing, but I told him that I just can't keep up at this time with sending the shows, because at this point I'd have to look through all the episodes. I'd have to edit out sponsorships and stuff like that. And some of the skits even include sponsorships, like with Vicelli Pizza and things like that. So I just thought, you know, I'm just running on fumes here at this point. After October, I get pretty burned out, so I just, you know, let him know that. Yeah, I think. Yeah. If I had a staff, if I had other folks helping out, it gets a little overwhelming at times trying to keep up with everything. So, and he's very kind about it and very understanding, and said that what he'll do is play them up until, I think, till the end of December, and maybe the last December of September or December, and then he'll be playing it more of a special once a month or something like that. I forget exactly what was told to me there, but just you know, it's one of those things why Jack retired from hosting. Is just it got to be too much. So Stream TV, they actually have all of the shows, like all of them. So it's not like I have to sit and devote time to send them new files. So that's good. Stephanie says, two books, Somewhere Beyond the Sea by the Clune, and Everyone in My Family Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. Okay, those sound like interesting titles. Very cool. Stephanie says, actually three. The third one is Arsenic and Old Lace. Ah, okay. I think you must have been reading that one last week. Or maybe you said you were going to. I remember you bringing up that title there. Dee says, "Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dee. Thanks for joining us." Yes, tonight there was no predetermined topic, so anything goes. Tonight is Wild Card Chiller Night Live night. So anything you want to talk about, in the immortal words of Fraser Crane, I'm listening. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot going on in this, other than, like I said, with thing I just got done with WWON New York 48. They'll be playing that, and this was at my request, not theirs. They've been very nice and cooperative with me, and I just said, you know, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to keep up with, you know, sending the files. It's not just a simple case of sending them. It's that I would have to go through all the remaining episodes and edit out the sponsor information. So, you know, they're going to play that until the end of December, and then they'll still be playing them on like once a month, I believe he said. So that's pretty cool. I appreciate him doing that. Very nice guy. Stream TV is still playing the episodes, but I don't think that they played them last Saturday. And I didn't post anything. I posted about New York 48, but I didn't post about Stream TV, only because I went to their site, because that's where I get the schedule, and I did not see. I couldn't get the site to work for me, so that's why I didn't post them. But I am back to posting the schedule for Saturday nights. So, all right. And with that, had a pretty good weekend with Chiller Night, my store, Cranberry Mall, Venango County, Pennsylvania. It was pretty cool. I had a group go through the witching hour, and they got out. How much time did they have? It was pretty close. They had a couple minutes left, but they enjoyed that so much that they wanted to go through Zombie Outbreak. That's the only group, I think, that comes to mind that's done that. Like played two hours worth. They played an hour of the witching hour. Loved that. Had a great time, and said, "Hey, we want to do the Zombie Outbreak note." So it's like, yeah, all right. They said, "Is that okay?" And I mean, can we stay? Because it was after. Now we're going into after mall hours. I said, "Yeah, that's fine. I've been here till 11:30 at night, letting people go through on the weekend. So that's great. So, and this one, oh my gosh, they got out of Zombie Outbreak while the buzzer was the buzzer was still buzzing, you know, the time to time out, as they pushed the last button and opened the door. So that was like to the last second. So that was pretty exciting. It's entertaining for me to watch those. But that was a good night. Good night. John says, and now it's time again for The Real Reason to be on both Facebook and YouTube platforms. It's Tuesday night and time for Chiller Night Live. This is your humble announcer, Crozak the Grand. And now here's Bryan Hogue. Well, thank you, Crozak the Grand. It's hard to be humble, I'm sure, with a name like Crozak the Grand. But, all right, but you wear it well. Good sir. Now, thank you always for your stellar intros. L. Ava Hoagie is saying hello and giving me a wave there. She's on Facebook for you YouTube viewers. It's interesting because on YouTube, I don't get many viewers, at least that interact. Okay. However, I get the most views from Facebook. Wasn't always like that. YouTube, I get most of my live interactions, but ultimately, like maybe after a day or two, you know, I look at the numbers sometimes, and YouTube used to be much more in its viewership, but now it's the other way around. Now it's Facebook. So I'm guessing that maybe the Facebook viewers watch it at a later time. Most of them. John says maybe you could have Krampus make a special appearance in December. Maybe. What, on here or at my store? SPC says last second, like in the movies, where the timer always ends on 1 second. Yeah, the last second. Exactly. That is what it felt like. And not only that, but there was one other group that happened with. So there's 2 times within my over 2 years of doing this where I actually saw that happen. And it is, for me, as as observing this and kind of the referee, the game master, I don't know what you want to call me on my part, but I give them hints, clues if they need it. But I'm also monitoring everything that's going on, of course. And for me, especially when it gets down to the wire like that, it is so fun. I have a good time because you really see people come together, working together as a team. Because these are not things that they're not a type of game that you're going to get through on your own. They're not designed that way. You have to have at least 2 people playing them. So yeah, it's exciting for me to watch that. I get kind of a kick out of that, watching the people, especially down to the wire like that. That was entertaining. That kind of made my night. So, and I'm doing all this talking about the escape rooms. So there's my store, Chiller Night. And remember, now Jack Shadow's House of Terror is done for the year. However, the escape rooms are year-round. If you want to book the witching hour, you can call 814-209-8214, or you go online at chillernight.com. And also, Zombie Outbreak, same thing. And those are both 1-hour escape rooms at the Chiller Night store. So, those are fun. They are a lot of fun. Let's see here. Now where am I at? House of Terror. Oh yeah. House of Terror has come and gone, and a good time was had by all. We really did have a good time. What a year. What a year we had. Put the calendar up there. I would like to put more. I'd like to have more days for next year, but I wasn't able to really lock down a complete crew until about 2 days before we opened. you know, so I couldn't speak on behalf of the crew to say, okay, yeah, we'll be open that extra night on Halloween. We'll be open. The last 2 Thursdays as well with a discount price or anything like that. I just wasn't able to do that because everything kind of came together at the last second, like in the movies. SBC. Um, that's how that's how it feels when I'm preparing for the haunts. Bonus says, "Howdy, Miss Ava." And Ava is on YouTube. Hello, this witch is everywhere. All right, on Facebook and YouTube. Stephanie says, "Hi, Ava." Yeah, we had a good year. This witch, I still have the haunt pictures up. Oh yeah, you can see Aura the witch there, the witch behind or beside Jack's shadow there. Where's she at? Where's she at? Oh, right there beside. Okay, there's Jack's shadow and the witch. That's funny. And there's our clown. There's a zombie at the window. There's our infinity hallway. And Dan Perry as a zombie. Oh, there we go. There's Ava as the witch. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. There's Corey playing Art the Clown. Did a fantastic job. What else do I have? What were we talking about? I think John was. Oh, John, you had brought up about Godzilla because this was like a week or two ago because of the anniversary of Godzilla, and you had suggested that I talk about that. However, I didn't see that until after the show had already come and gone. So, but we do have a Chiller Night Live episode that was completely devoted to Godzilla. Back when we were doing the topics, and then I started getting into the haunt season where, opening up the witching hour, opening up the lobby store, and then starting on the changes for the haunt. Kind of all happened about the same time. So, Stephanie says, "Wow, what the pictures of the haunt?" John says, "I see a few skinnies in the last picture. I hope they don't ruin their diet over the holidays." Which one was that? Who, the crew here? Oh. That's yeah. If you're talking about the little the muscle suit characters, that's true. You could be very easily ruin your diet. This is the time of the year to do it. SBC says, "Let's prepare ourselves. The next Halloween, and it's not as far away as we think." Hey, you're preaching the choir. Yeah, I tell you what, it is always surprising to me just how fast that does go. Because I'm always thinking about it. In fact, I'm already. I didn't want to wait. I wanted to start planning my planning on it already. So I did. I kind of already just jumped right into it with what I'm going to change around for next year and my marketing strategies, like what worked last year and this year, and what didn't work out all that well, and what would I rather spend money on marketing wise. So I'm kind of going down through and looking at things like that. So, um, but I'm excited. It's just always something I've been interested in, haunted houses, since I was a kid. And then in the early 90s, I started having these ideas about having my own someday. And then, you know, in 2006 was the first time I had an opportunity to actually have a haunted house. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know the business. I didn't know anything about, business in general, or licensings, or registrations with the state and all that. D says, do you have a volunteer planning committee? I do not. I don't have anything with the word uh, committee. I don't. I don't. Yeah. So I think in that sense it gets a little overwhelming at times, but at least it wasn't my first year. The first year really about done me in, because I was racing against the clock to just I mean uh, I got no rest, and it wasn't like that this year. This year was just a normal year for me, just the average normal stresses, routine stuff. So this year wasn't bad. Last year, however, was just crazy because I'm working on it. Okay, now this has been the age-old dilemma that I've normally had until I have had a permanent venue. But that first year, it might as well been the setup and tear down phase that I've gone through all these years. So I'm racing against the clock getting this thing up. I'm working on how to market this thing, which is, real fun. And then I'm putting together a team of people. I have to have them in. I have to interview them. I have to see, not everybody, even if I was shorthanded, if people would come in that I sad to say, but if I didn't get that good feel about it, or it's there's that to consider because I'm responsible for these people. So that was a real tough thing. Now this year should have been really easy. However, there were some of the actors couldn't come back. There was about a handful of people that couldn't come back. Plus, I added a little bit more to it. So I needed a few extra actors. And so I couldn't, no matter what I'm pushing it on Facebook, hey, I need, asking the actors already, if you know any friends, I could really, send them my way. Because I'm in the process now. I'm heavily into building and doing the adjustments, and I do work on that up until um, the opening day. All haunters do. They're all doing it that way. I'm not nothing unique when it comes to that. But Dan says hi, Brian, or hey Brian, hi everyone. Dang, I'm late. Oh, hey. We've just been chatting about really, just kind of not a particular topic. I'm just talking about my it's been a slow night. I'm talking about the Chiller Night Theater episodes on the various stations. Talking about the escape rooms at the store, and just kind of going over some of the information, some of the how this year was for the haunted house. And we haven't really talked about any movies or anything like that, but you know, but if anybody has a movie they'd like to discuss, I'm all ears. SBC says a Christmas-themed haunted house would be an interesting idea with evil Santa, Krampus, gremlins, and so on. There would be hardly any competition, unlike on Halloween. I know, and you would think that would be easier to see. Here's what I'd be up against. The thing is, like, I would actually lose money on that, believe it or not. At this point, anyways. unless I have thousands of people going through the haunt, it's not it's not there yet. You know, in this newer, or not new, but a newer location, because um, in the area that I'm in right now, to be quite honest with you, um, I'll say something that might sound like a negative, and it's not. It is 100. It's positive, super positive, but it's not going to sound that way at first. But the area that I'm in is not used to new things. They're just not. It's hard, and I have everybody tell me that. Like, it's so hard to get started, you know, it's so hard to get something new. I don't think that the area. I don't think that's a unique, unique to me. It's not. It's not like, oh, poor Brian. It's not. That's what I'm saying. But I will say, in the area that I'm in, you are for years pushing the boulder up a muddy hill, and that's just the way it is. I mean, it's not. There's no malice behind it. That's just the cards you're dealt. And so you have to decide, am I going to keep pushing the boulder uphill? In my case, yeah, I do that because I just do. That's how I'm wired, I guess. But that's why a lot of people don't, they might try something new for a year or two, and then they drop out. Stephanie says, have you tried crock pot dinners after work? Just asking out of curiosity. What, at the store? At the store? SBC says, hello, Dan. Oh, okay. Dan says, Chiller played Silent Night, Bloody Night one time. Lord Jack hosted that movie as a jewel. Yeah, I remember that. Those were fun. See, I enjoy. Stephanie says, I remember seeing actually movies in the scenes of Halloween 1978 and Halloween 2 1981. Set in the routines. D says, set in the routines. Yeah, I think so. I think so because like one of the there was somebody who came out and was her son was going to be working in the haunt, or at least I was interviewing him with the parent there, and took him for a tour through the haunt, and I remember her telling me, she says, "Oh, I am a big horror movie fan. I love Halloween. Um, I love this stuff. I live just. I mean, she lived right there in that area, like where the mall is." And she said, I've never heard of this. I've never heard of it. So, and I'd been there at that point for over 2 years. So that's what I'm saying. It's just, you can, and that's not just her. That's a lot of people. When I was doing the show, like the back then Sleepy Hollow Theater, for years, it was just, I did everything, and it's just, but you can't just say, oh, I've done everything I can. Oh, well, you have to look at it like, I've done everything that I know of, but I guarantee there's something else out there that I haven't thought of yet. What is that? What is that idea that I haven't thought of yet? And how can I make that work? So that's what I'm looking at this year. Ava and I are, we've had a lot of talks about it. So Stephanie says, so sorry, Brian, crockpot dinners at home after work. Crockpot? No, not this year yet. I haven't done any of those, but it's kind of, I don't know. I kind of eat quickly on the run during the months leading up to the haunted house, and I eat lightly. I try to exercise and get on a very strict Jack Shadow diet, which is, you know, I'm like, oh, why? But I don't know. There's something about being in that. I'm not always able to fit in the original costume. In fact, Dee, when you came to visit that store in September, I just wasn't quite there yet. So if you notice, I don't know if you noticed, but I just actually like three different outfits Jack Shadow wears. He wasn't wearing the purple shiny vest outfit at that time because I just wasn't quite there yet with my weight target. But that's the outfit right there that that to me means something. If I can get into that original outfit, I'm pretty happy. Um, but it doesn't always work. How do you advertise, SBC says? I advertise online quite a bit. I try to. Put it on the website. I advertise through our local newspaper. I would use road signs, although the road signs, I don't think they're very effective. I don't think they're very eye-grabbing. So next year, I'm going to actually construct like a big, huge lit one, you know, light up and everything. I'm going to have that by the entrance. So when you're first pulling into the mall, you'll see it. You'll see it from the road. Like, you won't be able to miss it when I get done with it. So there's that. Probably looking into a billboard for next year's, and we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty encouraged because now if you live in the area, you'll see that our shopping mall at the Cranberry Mall, it's a nice enough building, but it's lost a lot of a lot of people don't go there anymore. They're just losing stores left and right, and I wish we had a local owner who had some type of investment, not just a financial investment, but actually I don't know, just something more than just somebody sitting in, across on the other side of the country. But there's actually people interested in buying and reviving it. So I'm encouraged by that. In fact, there's a lot, there's some positive news very recently. So I'd love to see that place revive. So we'll see how that goes. What about cons? Do you advertise at those? I do not. I don't ever, because normally at that point, when it comes time for that, I'm usually working on actually like their building. In fact, that day that I took off just to have like meet Jack Shadow, like that was one of those where I really had to sit and do my soul searching. Like, can I afford to take this day off? From working and building the haunt to do this, and I decided, yeah, I think I want to do that because I thought it would be a good little promotional thing to do. I didn't have too many people. There weren't a whole lot of people at the mall that day, so I was very like I was getting like, oh man, I know we had a good year last year. Is how's this year gonna be? But we had like some good nights where it was nonstop. But I mean, am I hitting the numbers that I want to yet? No. Yeah, but are they where I'm happy with? I mean, I'm okay with the numbers we're getting right now. I'd sure love to see them greatly increase. So we'll see if that happens. It's enough to keep it going right now. It's certainly enough. You know, when you have nights that you are running people through with no break uh, for the entire time of operation, then those are good nights. But I think we could still, I know we could still get more people in. The first 2 weeks had me a little, it's like, oh man, it's not. Where's everybody at? We were putting people through, but it wasn't as I thought we could have. I was hoping to see more of those first 2 weeks, and then we picked up on the last 2 weeks pretty good. Um, D says it looks like Dawn of the Dead at the mall, so broken down in areas. It's a shame. The Cranberry Mall was an old haunt of mine on the weekends. Cranberry Mall was an old haunt of yours on the weekends. Uh, Dawn of the Dead at the mall. Yeah, yeah. It really, it didn't need to get like that. I think when you get owners who are I can only guess indifferent about what are they. I don't know how all that works. Like, are they okay letting buildings sit like that? Is it a tax write off for them? I don't know. Who am I? Who am I? I'm just you know someone in there who has a store, but I don't know what goes on in their heads. But I will say, in the last 2 years since I've been there, we have lost half a dozen stores. Half a dozen stores, including the theater. Now, the theater was right beside my store. So I was benefiting from the theater being open because people would get done with the movies, they'd walk out into the and right there, and there I was. So I was getting a lot more business that way. Um, SBC says maybe buy an old car or something creepy like an old hearse and park it with advertising at different places in the city. Yeah, we've actually done that in the past with a hearse. We had that. That was with the haunt I did before, and yeah, we've done stuff like that. And I'm not rolling any of that out. It's all, they're all good ideas. Those are good ideas. I think it's a combination of everything. Like I say, we didn't do bad, but it's I want thousands of people coming through. I want thousands. Um, you know, that's what I want to see, and I know we can. I know we can. Like I said, that's where I have to think of what am I missing here marketing wise? What am I missing? So maybe I just need to hire a marketing consultant or something. Uh, the weird thing is with the haunts that I've had in the past, I don't know. I mean, we did well. We did well, but I'm pretty. I gotta say I'm happy with, because D, you've seen that mall. You see where there's not a lot of people that come in there, but when you have a line of people and you have a constant group of people going through the haunt, and you don't get a break. Um, I mean, I took a break to take those pictures and that, but I mean, um, I think that's a pretty good thing for what's you know pretty much considered a dead mall. I think that's pretty good. Um, so I mean, it's something to work on for next year. Um, we'll see how it goes. Stephanie says that's a good idea, SB. Yeah, yeah, it would be kind of cool to get something like an old hearse or something. Put Jack Shadow's House of Terror on it. Be really cool to get like a wrap, one of those wraps. Be really neat. We will see. We will see. And I don't get out to the cons like I used to. I just don't. I feel like I don't have, and I don't know why this is, but I don't feel like I have the time like I used to. SBC says, since I own real estate, I know a little bit about it. It's always a good write-off for tax purposes. For others, it's often just an investment for the value of the property. I see. Yeah, yeah. I had somebody explain it to me a couple of weeks ago, and it seemed pretty logical what they were telling me, pretty much what you're saying here. Um, but I have a renewed hope, that the things are going to go pretty well. Greetings from Cornhole, Jason says. Just wishing you a cool evening. All right. Thank you, Jason. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Yeah, we're having a good topic. We really don't have much of a topic here tonight. I'm just kind of chatting about the haunted house, the escape rooms, because I don't really have too much in addition to talk about, other than I was going to say, even the other additional services like the birthday parties and stuff like that. That's something I'm still like, I put it on the website that those are available. If I get those, that's fine. I don't know if I'm really going to push those. I don't know. We'll see. The stuff I do right now, I do because I have a passion for it, not because I don't. I do all this on in addition just because I like it. I really don't. I don't know how that's gonna sound. I don't mean it to sound weird, but I don't need anything from that business. Like I don't need the money. I just do it because I enjoy it. But there is an expense to it. There is a cost. So I'd sure like to make that back. But I love horror. I've always loved horror. I've always loved everything about Halloween. And so, well into my adult years, it's just something that I've just wanted to do. I've just always been interested in this type of thing. And I can't turn that creative switch off. I've got to always have that outlet. So at least having my own venue, my own store, that gives me that. So SPC says, maybe you should organize a shuttle service for larger tour groups. That's an interesting idea. John says, question, have any of the spirit stores still open for Christmas season? I looked at that today on, I was scrolling through Facebook. I think I saw it on Facebook where it said that Spirit Christmas is open. I didn't see where, because I was kind of scrolling through. I was looking for something else. So I didn't see, but I am kind of curious to know if the one that is closest to me, which would be in Butler, switched over to Spirit Christmas. I'm kind of curious about that. And if so, I'd like to take a look, see what type of things that they're selling. I love Halloween, love Christmas, so I don't know. It might be interesting. Is it decorations? Is it probably a combination of yard decorations, animatronics, stuff like that, just like Halloween, only Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. How about you, John? Have anybody seen any of the Spirit Christmas stores open? Stephanie says, I watched a movie called Sunset Boulevard. Sunset Boulevard, huh? That sounds... Have I seen that one? I'm sorry for yawning. I am very tired, and I'm not sure why. I'm not my usual, all over the place self tonight. But tonight's just a nice, relaxing, lighthearted hour. Patty says, just escaped from Walmart Black Friday sales. Hi, guys. Spirit closed in my area. Oh, so they didn't pick up where... well, thanks for joining us, Patty. They didn't pick up and convert to Spirit Christmas, huh? SBC says, if you want to buy the shopping mall yourself, you don't have to buy it alone from an investor group. Form an investor group. I put a thing out for that one time, uh, and I didn't get any takers. Although that was just an online uh, thing. It wasn't anything serious. So yeah, I have thought about that. But I honestly, like, I don't know how much I would really want to invest, financially, or just my time with that, because I feel like I don't have any more time to give anything else, like in addition. So I don't know. It's a neat idea, and I'm, I'm sure it's a really good idea, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to lead the charge on that one. Tom says Billy Wilder's Sunset Boulevard is an awesome movie. Billy Wilder's Sunset Boulevard is an awesome movie. I don't know if I'm aware of that one. Um, SBC says I tried to get some Halloween decorations in sale today, but everything was already on Christmas. At your oh, I guess you wouldn't have Spirit Halloween over there, but oh yeah, I saw that stuff in what am I looking up? Sunset Boulevard. Um, I saw it like beginning of October. I was seeing Christmas stuff out. It's so weird. All right. Oh, the 1950. 1950. Okay, that's why. Sounds familiar. Directed by Billy Wilder. Okay. Release date August 10th, 1950. Starring Gloria Swanson, William Holden, Nancy Olson. Okay. Jack Webb. Okay. Some names. Buster Keaton. I don't know that I've seen that one. Yeah, everything they change stuff. Here's to give you an example of that. Last year it wasn't even Christmas yet, and they were already putting Valentine's Day stuff out. October last month, I was already seeing, Christmas stuff out. So yeah, they do that months in advance anymore. I think your everyday average consumer gets a little like, oh, geez, here it comes. But I can understand from the business point of view why they do it. They have those Christmas or holiday themed products, and they only have a very short window of time opportunity to get that out and sold. And so, what do you do? I guess if you don't like it, don't buy it. But as long as they keep the current holiday stuff there, um, yeah. SPC says, yeah, I don't want to hear about Christmas before Halloween is over. Yeah, yeah, just not into it yet. I get into Christmas. I love the holidays, but geez, let's get one over before the other. Patty says 90% off here, but we only have the Hocus Pocus witches left. Oh, is that right? 90% off. Uh, but just the Hocus Pocus stuff. Might be good if you like Hocus Pocus. I saw one of the local stores had a bunch of Halloween stuff off. Now they're not at 90% yet. They're holding strong. They're at 50. Everything 50% off. I was like, you can do better than that. I don't know. You want to sell it, drop it down a little bit more. All right. It is 8:50. I can't believe. Like I said, I'm just feeling. It's just been a tiring day for some reason. I'm not my usual you know excited self tonight, but but I'm saying that because it just seems odd to me that still still we didn't even have a topic, but it's still, I mean, 9 minutes till nine. So I don't know why this hour seems to always fly by. Um, Tom says you should watch Sunset Boulevard, Brian. Not horror, but very creepy movie. I should. I don't know why I haven't checked that one out. Just the title. When I heard the title, I thought I should know this. I should know this. At least know it. Um, I don't really, I love horror movies and stuff like that. I do. I enjoy them, but I have a wide interest in a lot of other type of movies, as I'm sure all of you do. Um, I have I love westerns. One of my favorite movies is Casablanca. I love that movie. It has nothing to do with horror, so it's just like that's just one of those super super classics. Um, but yeah, maybe I'll have to check that one out. Dan says, "Appreciate you still coming on, bud. You're great." Oh, thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. No, this is a fun hour for me. I just like I say, I come in here. Sometimes I have nothing prepared, but I'll just hey, see how you guys got anything going on this week? What's how's it going out there? How's it going out there? But on my side, everything's fine. Patty says, good conversation and good friends help. Time flies. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And I learn a lot from this show because, like, I love horror movies. I love Halloween. I love all that stuff. But I'm in no way an expert on this stuff. I'm just, a lot of this stuff I'm dragging from my memories from decades and decades ago. It's just something I enjoy. I have a lot of fun with it. Not an expert at it, but I just enjoy it. Um, but I learn a lot here because you guys are always throwing stuff out here at me. Whether you're answering me or somebody else has brought some topic up and somebody has a question about it. Somebody's always pretty quick to reply. And I don't know if it's just something you would happen to know, or if you're Googling it. I don't care. You're still getting the information out there for me and each other. So I think it's pretty cool. Dan says, still jacked about the Lions. See, I couldn't even. I didn't see any games. I don't. I'm sad to say I haven't seen any of the games, so I don't know. I couldn't keep up with you on that one, Dan. SBC says I would love to open an escape room or something like that in Munich, but the rents here are among the most expensive in the world. Oh yeah, that's too bad. That's too bad. It is expensive. I mean, people would be alarmed, probably. Alarmed, is that the right word? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. To know just how much those first 2 years of in investing in all this has been. It's really been crazy. It really has, and it'll be quite some time before I see my cost met. That Abe and I put into it, but you know I'm sure that day's coming. You just got to keep, like I said, pushing that boulder up the muddy slope. We'll get there. Dan says, haha, it's okay. Yeah. Yeah. I used to, when I was a kid, especially, like, I used to love when the fall would get here, football season, and just everything about the fall. I just love this time of the year. And, I don't know, but with sports and TV, a lot of the TV. You know what? I will say this. I got 5 minutes left. One of the things that Ava and I have been, I say I don't watch much TV, but we will pick a show and we will binge watch it. And that's something I've allowed myself to be doing here within this last year, because I just haven't ever had the. I feel like I've never really had the time to do that. But I thought, no, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We went through all the episodes of all the seasons of Modern Family, which I love that show. That was so funny. And now, we this was a couple months ago. We saw the Yellowstone's next season was coming up. It started this last Sunday, I think. But that got me thinking. This was a couple months ago. Like, what would be an equivalent to Yellowstone? Because we watched that and we enjoyed that. And I was like searching, and I saw Dallas. Remember Dallas from the '80s? Well, Ava and I have been binge watching Dallas, and we've been having so much fun with that, because if you grew up in the '70s and '80s, it's just a little trip down memory lane. Just seeing the cars and the way the people dressed, and just like you're just thinking, well, why don't you call them? Oh, no cell phones. It's just it's so cool, so fun to go back and watch that. We're just now on season 10, and just having a lot of fun with that. Patty says, the thing I love the most about the fall was dressing up in costume Halloween. Yeah, I know, that was just great. You guys will be okay, Brian. Stephanie says, oh yeah, I am absolutely sure. How about outside of Munich, Patty says to SBC. Tom says, okay, everyone wish me a happy birthday before we sign off. Oh, well, happy birthday to Tom. I did not know that. All right, happy birthday, Tom. I was trying to find where the heck. Aha. All right. Well, there you go. Well, happy birthday, and I hope you had a good day. I hope you had plenty of cake and ice cream, and received numerous presents. Patty says, the thing I love the most about the fall. Oh, I read that one already. John says, you have the knowledge that you've been watching Chiller Night Live with Bryan Hogue. This is Crozak the Grand, returning your audio and video websites back to the great void. Until next week at the same time, stay chilled and keep thrilled. Thank you, Crozak the Grand. Patty says, happy birthday, Tom. Dan says, I binge on Columbo, Night Gallery, Police Squad, old Star Trek. I would like to do Police Squad one of these times. Old Star Trek, yeah. I've done that several times. Everyone's saying happy birthday to Tom, Stephanie. Stephanie says, my mom loves Yellowstone. Dan says, Dallas was awesome. Tom says, oh, thanks. See, we put the balloons and the very brightly colored happy birthday sign up for you. Patty says, they had cell phones in Dallas, but they were the size of briefcases. Oh yeah, we see some of those mobile phones that they're using. Yeah. SBC says, unfortunately, to Patty, in Germany, it is so that if you go a little step out of the city, there are only fields and a few farms. There are no suburbs here. The city ends abruptly. Oh no. Just stay safe, all. Patty says, take care. See you all next week. Stephanie says, Dan says, great to be here. Happy birthday, Tom. Good night, everyone. Bye, Brian. All right, Dan, thanks for joining us. SBC says, happy birthday, Tom Paisley. Yes, happy birthday, Tom. Happy birthday. So, and I hope all of you, Tom says, y'all are the best. They sure are. All of us. Every one of us. Oh, right back at all you guys. So thank you for joining me and each other for another episode. And have a good night. Have a good chiller night. I'll see you next week.